Hello and welcome everybody. I am glad to welcome you to UN World Creativity and Innovation Day celebration. My presentation is called Synergetic Landscape DIY and More. It will be showing DIY recipes from our Synergetic Landscapes unit at the Welsh School of Architecture. And as well some other recipes done within my NGO called Collaborative Collective. They will be reaching different sizes, scales, and difficulties. And something what I will start with will be the morphing. And the morphing will be an interactive app, which is just beta version, work in progress at this moment. I will be presenting that, and I hope you wouldn't mind to test it for us and fill a questionnaire to Thomas. Thomas is student of the School of Computer Science, who is doing his bachelor thesis based on this our unit's work. So let me just start. I will kindly ask you everybody to scan this QR code to get to the blog where you see the recipes and links. So if you can scan that, and I will just click on it. I got prepared for that. So we will start again with Code GT beta version of the application developed for Grangetown community here in Cardiff, which is trying to develop cross-species co-living within urban environment and motivate it and sort of engage this in a tokenized economy that would integrate other species within our economic models for 21st century. Please go to the link if you are on the website. Here you can fill the questionnaire, and if you want to get to the app as well, you can scan this QR code. So I will give it few seconds. If you want to open it on your phone, you can. It's an app written for a phone. So you can scan the QR code. Otherwise, if you are accessing from the computer, you can click on the link from the blog. The blog is called Systemic Approach to Architectural Performance. Here, please kindly fill the questionnaire for Thomas to include it in his research work for his thesis. And let me get into the app on this computer. And I'm sorry, I have to close this, right? So we are getting to the app where I will just log in. Yes, you see it is a beta version, so it is taking a little bit of time. We have here Google Maps. Now it is oriented on Grangetown, but you can basically access it also in other locations. And the thing how we are starting is giving different tasks. And the tasks are, we are as the starting group, it's only us having the tokens, and you can join this app by actually fulfilling the task and gain your own tokens, and then you can be giving tasks to others. So we are, as I said, we are trying to extend cross-species edible and habitable landscape in urban environment. So for instance, there is a task to create a bud box. You can open the tasks. You can see how many tokens you get for that. When you should do that, you can support that, and it is showing the category, whether it's environment, whether it's species, or whether it's different services for the communities, and so on, so on. Here you can give like and support the project. If I get back, so first of all, you want to get to know how do you make this bud box, right? So if you go here to the menu, you have DIY recipes. Currently, we have recipes from last year's unit, and there will be many more coming this year with this year's unit. So, for instance, I decided to do the hidden bud box. So I go here, and here is the picture. Well, how does it look like? It is a bit slow in loading. Here I can get a link to the recipe, which goes to our blog. Where is the recipe? I will get to them soon. You can click on using the recipe, and I will give you, for instance, task to make that recipe. So it's animal support, it's land creatures. You can choose whether it's sky. This is sky creature, right? So I move here. I say when. So I want you to do this task, for instance, on a Saturday at let's say 10 a.m. and I go to next. I select what does it relate to. So it relates to environment and it relates to animals. And then I go next, and I will tell you where to do that. So I will tell you that you make this bud box on the riverside here. Reward, it says reward. Who is it supporting? What is the time? What is the aim? I can add the picture. So if I go to a picture like here, for instance, that is a video. Let's see if I can add the video. I don't really know. It is really, it has been just released, the beta version. So let's see if it takes video. And I'm a little bit confused with the screen sharing. Here we go. I say yes to everything. Maybe I should have saved it. Yes. So we are here back to the map, and we have a task here, create a hidden bud box. And we are saying what you do. The video didn't upload. That's interesting. So it uploads only pictures. Good to know. And here we are. So if I get back to the menu, you can act on behalf of yourself, which I will get to my profile. So if I go to my profile, this is saying who I am, how many tokens do I have, which I can give out, and so on, so on. I can have a passport, things like this. And here we get to act on other species, I believe, somewhere here. Not really. It's not here yet. Okay, that's interesting. It was there yesterday. It's really work in progress. That's why we want you to test it. But basically, these are the awards. I haven't done much, so I am at the first level. If I do many bud boxes and many DIY recipes, or will help to somebody in the community who will join, I will be reaching the higher levels. And reaching higher levels means that you can give tasks because you gain tokens, and you can pay others to do the work for you. So you can even ask for people to move you from apartment to apartment. There are different things. We are starting with the other species, and getting to the recipes. I will go, for instance, to that wood home, right? And go to the recipe. So that goes back to our blog, and you can. This is sort of urban prototype done by Yutao Feng that is based on the idea of increasing biodiversity by rotten wood. The thing is inspired by old stump, which sort of should bring the memory into that urban environment. And also it is about collecting the twigs and branches from the park. It is very important for the biodiversity because normally fallen branches, old branches are removed from the park because they are sort of considered as a trash, whilst it is decreasing the biodiversity because there are many species that need to live in those rotten branches. Therefore, she generated sort of DIY sculpture that people should be creating from those branches, making it an interactive object that is cohabited with other species. So that would be about this recipe. Very easy to do. Obviously, you find old stump, work with the memory, and start collecting the twigs, building the structure. We really much invite you to experiment, and don't repeat everything as it is. You have to adapt it, of course, to your real life environment. So please do changes, and in the next step of the application there will be verification. So when you DIY the prototype or the intervention, you upload the picture of that you have done that, and then we verify that and give you tokens for that. So we also see new DIY iterations of the design. This is a very interesting structure for biodiversity support. It is combining living and non-living structures. So this structure is one part of it is non-living, and it's generates cells for habitats, and second part is living from the trees that are sort of grafted together and grew together, and those trees are growing structure that are holding the cells. So it is the structural design to support biodiversity. And with these interventions, let's just see the video how this is done, so you can get a better impression. Okay, that's about it. So it is supporting biodiversity in many ways. It is even living structure, but within that living structure, many others are living. which is sort of very, very nice about that. I will get to the next one. Oh, sorry. Let me get here. So if I scroll to the other recipes, so this was the DIY competition from the last year's prototype. So this is the hidden bud box recipe. That is also explaining different natural materials. All those prototypes that are done in the synergetic landscape units are actually designed to be done from the materials you find in the environment. So you don't really require any investors to join the system. You just collect the material, the natural material that is growing around and that is available in the location. And you can start joining the system, gain your own tokens, and then giving the tasks yourself and suggest your recipes or give these different tasks like do shopping for elderly people or various things. So this hidden bud box is done from combination of willow. It's a willow viewing with that it is afterwards covered by leaves, so that it is waterproof and it is parasiting on existing trees. Yeah, you see. So if I start getting to this is the explanation. If I start getting to another prototype, which is about making living mallard nest. So this is sort of like when you know those living willow pavilions. This one is done for mallard, not for people. Yeah, this is the explanation of the habitat and about how you can gain the token. Let's get to the next one. This prototype is to support biocorridors. It's DIY systems for animals to climb over different fences and so on. So it is sort of stairs for animals. All those recipes from Synergetic Landscape Unit had requirement that people can reproduce them in their front and back gardens. So they are easy to build. They are easy to build for kids. They don't require too much skills, neither too many tools. So you should be really able to join the system, even though if you are from disadvantaged communities, or if you just cannot go shopping or anything. You could really do that within the lockdown time at your home if you have a front or back garden, or you could even implement some things on your window if you like. To generate a frame where the species are climbing over as a sort of living stairs. I mean, not all those projects are perfectly finalized, but the concept I think should be clear. This is a growing city game that was inspired by Voronoi structure that is introducing sort of, it's inspired by pergolas where you grow plants and different things. So this is sort of introducing a fancy pergola where you can grow different species. You can just build this Voronoi structure from the willow. And here is the recipe on how to do that. By that you could be doing that in different parts in the city and actually moving different parts from one part to another one, and playing a game across the city. So you basically make those kind of circles which you stretch into the Voronoi cell structures, and generate this structure for climbing plants, that or climbing plants, or it should be protecting plants from for instance dogs or so on. So you would grow something inside of this structure, so you have more options. All right, this is the process explanation. This is how are different scenarios about these structures. Explaining the system. Yeah, I will put the link to the blog into the chat. Yeah, basically this is how you build the cell. And all those prototypes are to be marked with QR codes. Last year, they were marked with QR codes to this block. This year, they will be marked with QR codes to the app where people can get to the recipes through the app. I have been showing this recipe, and this I have shown as well. So let me scroll to the prototypes we have been doing in collaborative collective with sometimes and sometimes not with students' participation from Technical University of Liberec. And some of that has been in collaboration with National Heritage Institute of the Czech Republic. That is this project where we built sort of tensegrity structure that is to support biodiversity. This is the DIY process, and this is the structure that is built by the tensegrity, and it has where is the video? Oh, that is I will get to this just a second. I will get to this project once again later. I will get to this project at this moment. This is project Treehugger. That is based on my research on responsive wood. This means that the wood is warping when the humidity is low and the temperature is high. The wood basically bends, which is called warping. And by doing that, this structure has several panels that are reacting to the relative humidity and temperature. And it is all around the tree. So it is doing two things. One thing is that it has, it supports biodiversity through being oriented to different vortexes orientation. And the second thing is that the warping of the panels is always different because they are from the different place of the tree, which means that there are cells behind those panels, and those cells have different climate. And because you have different climates in different cells, then or chambers, then there are different species prefer the different climates, and then you support larger biodiversity inside of the city instead of just having one single oriented one single climate habitat. So getting to that, this is a report from the project we did in Cyprus. It is done in a software called Grasshopper, which you can download the Rhinoceros evaluation version that is covering Grasshopper software here, or plugin, and you can download the parametric code, which you can then laser cut. So this is sort of a recipe on how to process within this project. So you locate the best spot for supporting biocorridors in the central urban environment, and then you generate the shape of the tree, which you use photogrammetry for this. Open the code, and here you have explained how you adapt the parameters within the code to fit into your tree, and then you get the production drawings, which you then just send to LaserCut, and you mantle this structure together and put the panels and put it on the tree. Okay, And in this case, you engrave the QR code as well to the recipe. Here we get to the project which we've done in Ukraine. Here. So this is the same structure I was showing before, where you have a bit of explanation on how you do this thing. So just to play you the video on how to build the structure. This very simple structure that is done through tensegrity system. You then weave. This is how you actually put secure the joints together. So you have recipe on that, and then you just those triangles within the structure. You can actually DIY whatever kind of bench for sitting you want. So it is led to the creativity. With the project I was showing before, we also attached some cups for growing blooming species and hanged bird food on that over winter. So it was supporting the ecosystem in urban environment from this way. If I get to this is the Treehugger project we've done in Prague, which is you see much bigger and looks quite different than the one in Cyprus. It is because it's in different climates. So Cyprus is Mediterranean climate, and you want the panels to warp the other direction than on this prototype, which is temperate climate. So so it is quite different. What is very important about this prototype is that we grow algae on top of it, which means that algae operates the panels. So if you imagine the panel that warps because the humidity is dry, then you have algae living on that, and that algae sorbs the moisture from the panel as well. So it opens more when it's dry and hot weather, whereas it doesn't warp the other direction when the humidity is very high. So it is a co-design with algae that is actually co-designing the performance of this prototype for insect hotel being inside. This insect hotel is, however, not the only thing. This insect hotel is in fact lying on a biocorridor, and it is very important fast food restaurants for bats and birds that needs to migrate through this area. So this is an example how you locate the best spot where there is a missing part on the biocorridor where species needs to relax, eat, and perhaps have a break before they get to another biotope. If you understand what is the difference between biotope and biocorridor, biotope is a spot where there are species habitats, whilst biocorridors are for transition. So this sort of microbiotope, which we done for insects, is on the connection between large biotopes where there are many bats and birds, and they need to move and not dying by of exhaustion when moving from one spot to another. The case in Cyprus was selecting by nearby UN protected area between Greek and Turkish side, which is actually, it is going through the historical city center, which is there is like a belt going through the historical city center that is all biodiversity, because nobody is allowed to access, and this is the protected zone between those two parts, which is extending the biodiversity within this city. So this Treehugger was extending, like bringing this biodiversity into more urban environment that otherwise there are no other sort of edible and habitable landscape. So you can generate by spots, by points within the city. You can generate the spots where the species are able to move from one to another. That would be about it. Here you can download a bit easier Grasshopper code than on this post than on the other one. So here we are, and thank you very much. If you want to read research publications about those projects, please follow my publications on ResearchGate, and I am very happy to take some questions. This is the QR code to the ResearchGate site. So if are there any questions, comments? Juan, very interesting. Thank you, especially after coming out of a pandemic that has made us appreciate more being in close relationship with nature and just being out in our gardens, to be honest. Any advice on getting started with the process of bringing biodiversity into an urban garden? Terraced house, when at the moment has none, just concrete patio. Yeah, I mean, increase of biodiversity is possible everywhere. So just you can start with the easiest thing you can do is growing honey blooming plants. Another very important thing is having pond for birds and water for insects. So you just have a bulb, and in that bulb, specifically for insects, you have to put the stones into that bowl. Sorry, not bulb, bowl. You have a bowl, put the stones, so the insects can stand on dry land and drink water. And in the same time, it's a bird's pool and birds drinking. So this is the easiest steps you have at this moment, kind of in your kitchen. Here in UK, you can actually submit to Grow Wild, and Grow Wild will send you the seeds with honey blooming species that are native to UK. So that is UK NGO that will just send you the pocket with seeds. I mean, bird feeders are good as well. It's very important to know what you feed with. Don't give rice to birds. If you are in China, give rice to birds. If you are in Europe, don't give rice to birds, because here in Europe, rice doesn't grow. And those birds typically adapted to agricultural landscape within the location they live. So it should be really the food you have in your kitchen that would be based on a native species like buckwheat or sunflower seeds, maybe peas, beans, different things like this. Never give non-native species, because you never know whether they can be bad for the birds or not, because typically Tommy didn't adapt to those species. Then what would be another thing? Yeah, bud box. There we have students working with bird boxes. These are coming soon. So there will be swift boxes, and there will be different boxes for other birds. So you could stick it to your wall. Bud boxes as well. I mean, growing bushes, and if you get a big pot where you can grow some blooming bushes. It's good in UK. It's good to go to Woodland Trust, and you can order from their shops native species, and they have different sizes and different species which produce edible landscape in different seasons. Also for different species, if they bloom, they are good for pollinators. If they have berries, they are good for birds. So so things like that. There are many small things that are very easy. If you have front garden, make a frog pond. Or other like half water creatures. Hedgehog. There is actually at Cardiff University there is organization called Hedgehog Friendly Campus that would help you how to support hedgehogs. We have one student designing house for hedgehog as well. And obviously the most important is to try to generate connectivity within landscape, not because species need to move from biotope to biotope. So whatever helps them to migrate, either create habitats or migrate, both is equally important, and both is necessary for the species to survive. Thank you, Juan, for the question. Is a great question. Any more questions, comments? Okay, if not, then I will close the session. This session will be put on my YouTube channel, so you can watch it again whenever you want. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining. I know that everybody is tired of Zoom, so so it is very kind of you joining, and have a nice afternoon, or I don't know, Maria, you are quite far away, so you have lunch or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna have lunch now.
Okay, thank you so much, and bye.
Bye. Thank you, Marie.
Bye. Thank you.